In my opinion, often expressed on this program, the Pope is getting political, and that may be a problem for Catholic Republicans ahead of the September primary. Let's bring in Bill Donohue. He is the president of the Catholic League. Okay, now, you represent the laity,
yes.
You represent the clergy.
Right.
I'm saying that the Pope is being political, and he shouldn't do it when he issues forth on policy about climate change. I say he shouldn't do it, and you say?
I think most Catholics, most practicing Catholics would probably tend to agree with you. In other words, the Pope is supposed to be really speaking to faith and morals. Now, there's a question as to whether or not climate change has some kind of moral implications. Yeah, surely it does. One question is also about the weeds. How deep are you going to get into this? Generally speaking, the Catholic Church has taken a very macro position when it gets into these big issues like the environment. You know, we should all be stewards of the environment. When you get specific, that's when most Catholics say, you know, even the big guy at the top, the Pope, he risks his own authority and his credibility at that point. Because Catholics are not required to accept everything that the Pope says.
When I go to church, I go to have my soul saved, not to have my vote counted someplace. So I don't appreciate the clergy, spiritual people, getting into policy discussions. I have a feeling that the Pope leans left, and he's putting that out in a significant way.
He does, but, you know, in somewhat of defense of him, it's almost ineluctable that a pope is going to address some policy issues. But let's take a look at what happened in 2004. A man by the name of Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger said, you cannot disagree if you're a practicing Catholic with abortion and euthanasia. When it comes to whether or not this is a just war and other matters, you can have a lot of disagreement. The death penalty. A year later, he became Pope Benedict XVI. So that's the Pope speaking, the previous Pope. So we do have a lot of latitude here. What I get a kick out is this, the Catholic left, which is soft on abortion, if not pro-abortion. I could name the names, including a whole organizations of nuns, the National Coalition of American Nuns, pro-abortion groups. These people now are telling the rest of Catholics who are more conservative and accepting the Catholic Church's teachings on matters moral that we have to get in line and listen to what the Pope says. I've never seen such interest and fidelity to the hierarchy in my life coming from people who have always screamed that the Pope has too much power.
If a lot of Catholic people in the United States don't want this policy shift on the part of the Pope, this engagement in policy, is there pushback?
There'll be pushback on the more serious issues. On things like climate change, it'll be ignored.
That's not a climate. That is not a serious issue.
Quite frankly, this is bizarre to me.
The president says it's the most immediate threat to our security.
Right. Yeah. I'm worried about the guy over there in the Middle East, the Muslim barbarians. Okay, that's what side I'm on. No, this is where the Pope risks the attrition of his own prestige if he gets too specific about matters which are clearly outside the domain of faith and morals. Yeah. And it's risky business. He's coming here into New York and Washington and Philadelphia at the end of September.
And you're in a difficult position.
Yeah, I am in a pretty difficult position.
And I just put you right in it, didn't I?
Well, I'm not going to lie about it, though.
No, you don't.
No, not going to.
I don't care what they say, Bill Donohue. I think you're all right. Seriously, Bill, we appreciate your participation in this.
Thank you so much.
It's a fascinating issue.
Yeah,
it's part of our
he's a fascinating man.
He is. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you so much.